Well, hello and welcome back to Vices and Virtues. I am your GM Mac, and the rest of the crew's here back in action with us. And where we last left off, some revelations were underway, and the party was starting to get some information. And I think we'll go right back to that little bit of fun little drama, shall we?
No, that's not.
What?
Nah, let's just skip to the combat. Middle of a field somewhere. No idea what's going on. Just gonna skip through the cutscene.
I was gonna use this map again. I hope you guys don't mind. Just delete the dead things.
Oh boy.
Who's all dead?
Yargon, check Discord.
Oh, what do you want?
No. Why are you looking at beholder stats and why are you looking in the monster manual while you're playing as a player? Don't you know that's rude?
Yeah, no.
Hey, you asked what the int was on a beholder, so I looked it up.
Yeah, I kind of did, but...
Yeah.
What is it?
By the way,
I normally don't have it open.
with my computer.
That's disappointing. Anyway, yeah, we're in session now, so... We keep the out of session stuff to an absolute minimum.
Okay.
Come on.
But yes, so then,
This map takes a long time.
so, where we last left off, who wants to start talking first this time?
Esra has one last thing to ask.
Mm-hmm.
Esra sort of thinking back on a few things, and he's noticed a little inconsistent. I have a question. I have seen another with these marks, but she also has been branded on her neck in a way that I am not. Do you know the meaning of that?
Different brands for different people. Like, he points to his, this is, her mark. He's just pointing over to Sanathar, who, once again, just kind of looks down.
But it is, in addition to these sorts of marks, it is different looking.
How so?
Well, these are tattooed on the skin. This is a brand burned onto the flesh amidst the tattoo.
Oh, sure, Sanathar says, looking over. That's not good. I know my tribe, or at least I think I know. You know how memories are in this place. My tribe did it the way you two have it, so as to preserve them. God, I sound like I'm talking about fucking cattle. She says, turning around, banging on the wall a bit before clenching her fist and turning back around. Other tribes, however, were a bit more direct in how they marked their individuals. Some liked branding, some liked carving their marks into the very flesh.
Ezra nods his head and sits back, takes another drink of his alcohol.
So then, anything else any of you want?
I'm gonna message Lindwig that we should talk again later.
Was anyone sitting near Flint at any time?
I'm sitting
Lindwig actually gets up and sits across from you.
after I message him that.
Yeah, he nods his head and then he's gonna go walk over here and sit next to Flint.
Okay.
Sits across from you.
Lindwig,
Are
was
you-
it? Yeah.
Yeah, Lindwig, the one that you attacked.
Okay.
He sits down. And he's just like, so, are you still filled with rage towards me?
Look, as I remembered, as I attacked you, it seems I remembered a few things. So,
No.
by the looks of it, I'm some sort of warrior sworn to a god of some kind.
Yes, although
I'm
you
also-
probably don't remember your god, do you?
No, I do not.
Seems like
even
memories
worse.
like those are hard.
Even worse, apparently I'm sworn to avenge someone or something. I don't remember what. I know that it was the most important thing in my life, and
As
remember
you
what it
say
was.
that, Eclipse, a vision flashes before you.
Who?
As you look around, bodies laying there, and as you see one, you look over to a young dwarven girl, and your mind just screams in rage as you walk towards her. You turn around to see Lindwig standing there, wiping his blade clean with a cloth. He just looks over at you and says, "You're gonna have to try harder than that, dwarf, to get me." And then you're back. And Lindwig's just kind of staring at you with a solemn look on his face.
I'm gonna try to attack him again.
Do it with disadvantage since you're doing it over the table.
Decent.
Okay.
I mean, it fits. I don't blame him. Yeah, no, that hits wide as he just like slides, as he sees it coming and just kind of leans back as you slam the hammer down to the table. Everyone else, Lux kind of jumps. Shireen or Sanathar turns her head towards you, and Wolfie just like pokes his head up and is like standing up on hind legs.
I just pat him on the head.
is
So face palm.
just looking down into his drink and says, "To know more about your future than you do about your past." He says that in Undercommon, sadly staring down into his drink.
After that attack, I'm just gonna catch myself.
You're just gonna what?
I'm gonna catch myself, and I'm not attacking again.
I'm very pointedly
Look,
much closer to you now.
look, Lindwig.
Yeah.
I think it's best if you leave me now.
He nods his head, stands up, and walks
I don't know what
away.
this all means, but
I will be returning to my post at the barricade then. If you all need me, that is where to find me. And with that, he's just gonna leave. Let me just move Fluffy to the side so I can get his token out of the door, and yeah.
Is
Yeah,
it
then.
really wise to keep a hold of your hammer at this point?
Let him be, Shireen says.
I was
Why?
whispering to him.
Who?
Oh.
Not, I was, yeah.
At that
I'll roll
point,
sleight
I'm
of
just
hand if you
gonna-
want.
I'm just
Yeah,
gonna
roll sleight of hand.
Shireen? Question mark?
Yeah, no, she hears you and goes, "I'd say keep it on him. Nothing else. These violent impulses can be gotten over."
I'm just gonna lay down my head on the table and just stay there for a while.
Ezra
Try
is
to
going
read.
to.
They're almost as dangerous as the monsters here.
Is there anything I can roll to like make more sense of the vision I've seen or anything?
Just roll me a flat wisdom roll.
Oof.
Character sheet, where are you?
My screen is black.
10.
I have no idea where I am.
You
Okay,
now
there.
know why
I
you
found
turned to a
it.
paladin of vengeance. To avenge
Sorry?
your family.
I found where the stuff is on the map. Okay.
Good
That's
stuff.
good.
Yeah, I would just keep calm about that sort of stuff. Flint, besides, it's not like me and him can't take some hits. She looks over at Amalux. After all, you tried to stab me when you remembered your memories. That was
Ezra
fun.
is going to say, "It is not our past that defines us, but it must be understood to move on." And then he
As understood as we can
takes
get it to be in this place, Lux says, looking around before starting to walk over to the table.
another
Ugh.
drink of the alcohol.
I'll get that for you, Sanathar says, taking in, walking to the back.
Oh no, Ezra hasn't finished his. He was just taking another.
I thought you asked. Sorry, my bad. I'm sorry.
Yeah.
He walks over
Just
to the
tell me
table.
when you need me to make
Sighs.
my constitution.
I'll give you a few more minutes, and then I'll
Okay.
make you roll it. And Ezra's Lux sighs as he looks at the table and says, "You did a decent number on this. I'll have to fix this up soon."
I look up. I'm sorry about it. I'll make it up to you somehow. But
It's
for now,
fine.
I think I'll have to be alone for a while.
He reaches into his pocket, pulls out a key, and tosses it to you. Back room on the left, king-size bed. go in there and vent.
Thank you. And I will...
Alright, let me just move your character. You walk up this way.
I finish my drink and then I walk over.
Alright, you walk up here, see the
When
door,
he leaves.
enter, and I'll just put you on the bed for now. Feel free to move around in that room as you see fit.
When he
Yeah,
leaves,
it's fine.
isn't a
I'm just
king-size
gonna
bed a
sit
little
down.
big for him?
I'm gonna sit down on the bed and I'm gonna take my holy symbol off my neck and just gonna hold it in my hand and like stare at it and yeah, just kind of meditate and like.
Yes, the king-size
Try
bed
to-
is rather big for him, but I don't expect him to be sleeping in there for long. I expect him to just want to be away from everyone.
Yeah,
Fair
pretty
point.
much. And yeah,
He's
just
not-
gonna like stare at the holy symbol and I don't know, try to reach out to whatever deity gave it to me.
Roll me wisdom.
I don't know if that's even a thing. Like Flint doesn't know if that's even a thing.
Or, no, wait, roll me charisma, because that's how you channel your god, so roll me charisma.
I mean, this feels like a religion.
Well, paladins do it by sheer force of, like, personality and whatnot, so I'm just going with a spellcasting modifier for this, you know? That makes the most sense to me.
Yeah, I see
Flint,
that.
you feel like a tap on your shoulder, and as you look around, there's no one there, but the tap is, like, it feels like the tap was struggled to get to you, but you know there was a tap on your shoulder. Okay, similar
Yeah,
to
just
charisma.
I try to listen if anything follows, but if there's not, then I just continue sitting there for
Sorry, what'd you say about me?
however many hours it takes.
Nothing. 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 Nothing.
Claire is at GM. I will be watching this VOD.
That's cheating.
Yeah, I'm
That's
probably gonna be
cheating.
sitting there for until I eventually fall asleep, unless anyone like comes to.
It's called using my resources.
So,
Either way, Lux says, stepping back and just kind of straightening himself out. I presume you will be helping Lindwig and Xanathar with explorations or just scavenging for supplies, perhaps? Is that how you guys plan to help out around here? You seem capable fighters.
Ezra
No plans at the moment.
finishes his drink and says, I feel drawn to mystery, as if it is my purpose to answer them.
You're really poetic, aren't you? Lux says.
No, I actually feel that way. It is these half memories, these things that are just out of reach, but I know what but not why of my goals.
Who just turns to you, Aki, and says, I think this is a load of baloney.
I just nod. Quite visibly. Head in my hands. Just nod.
Arizima stands up. Is there anything you wish us to do? Or
For now, rest. I imagine you all took a couple of days to get here, and I don't wish to make you all... I have no authority by which... I have no authority by which to tell you all what to do. He looks over at Shireen and Xanathar and says, no, she's the one that controls my fate. With that, he heads back to the kitchen.
Sorry,
Ezra
do you own a
finishes
husband?
his drink and says, is there a blacksmith in this town?
Yeah, there is, and, well, according to my memories, yes, I did own him.
That must be weird.
Yes, there's nothing like cuddling with someone, you know, going to sleep thinking, you know, oh, this is my husband, I will sleep in his arms, and that will make me feel better about losing my memories. Only to wake up to the memories of how you two met. Let's just say hitting him over the head with a great axe isn't exactly the greatest way to propose to someone now, I imagine.
Honestly, I'm pretty certain I've read about worse. But I
I
don't
probably know
really
someone
remember.
who would do that. Thinking of Grom.
She looks over at you two.
But
Alright then.
Don't really remember, so maybe not.
Either way.
Does Ezra get directions to the blacksmith shop?
Yes. You are told to go down, then towards the well, and then to head directly north. And it will be the house on the left.
So
Okay.
what's the building
Move my
that's...
character sheet to the other side of the screen.
What's the building
Oh,
that's out
house on the left.
and to the
actually.
right?
That one over there? We don't know. We've tried our hardest to bust through it, using any sort of equipment we could find, but we've got nothing on it.
Mind if I go investigate it?
Feel free to. I can't guarantee you'll find anything about it, though.
Figures, but I might as well look.
Of
I'm gonna
course.
go over to the stone building.
Go right on ahead. Let me focus. Aki, Neekolas, you guys gonna do anything?
I mean, I'm just gonna sit here, continue to be sane.
What time of day is it now?
It's getting later in the afternoon. Not nighttime yet, but it is getting later.
I'll probably follow Arizima
Yeah, I was probably gonna do the same.
without saying a word. I'm just gonna
Same.
head out and follow her.
Oh shoot, where's the crack
It's
at?
tiny. It's
Darn
honestly,
it.
Like,
Well, you know what?
Post
I'll
a
leave it
screenshot.
and say you can get a glimpse of what's inside with a perception roll.
oh, that's creative.
Yeah. So, let me just quickly drag this token over here. It's gonna be too large, cause screw it, it's always too large. Yep, it's too large.
Giant blacksmith.
As a dwarf, and as you walk over and knock on the door, you can hear from the distance away the sound of a hammer hitting an anvil, and a sturdy-looking dwarf steps out, looks you up and down. Can I help you?
I am in search of another blade. Just Esra, sort of indicates his many blades.
Hi, in search of mini blades.
No, he's only in search of
Oh,
one.
you've just been yosked.
Only in search of one right now. Do you have anything... a saber or similar?
You know,
I
it's
wish you have a
normally
cat around.
customary to introduce yourself to someone when you're doing business with them.
Ezravin Lavfir Veritii. I apologize.
Never mind. Fancy elf speak. I should have just known that from the beginning. What can I do
Your
for you?
charisma.
Even, it's 10.
I'm beginning to doubt that. I've met 6 charisma characters that are better at introducing themselves than this. Mac would know.
I'm looking...
Uh-huh.
I'm in search of a saber.
Anything specific? He says, like any specific style, or are you looking for just a saber?
I am looking for a blade that can cut of a certain shape. There is not much more to it.
You are obviously not someone that's ever actually messed with a blacksmith before, or have very limited experience with us, because that is very helpful, may I add. Here, come on, he says, leading you back into his house. And I'll just leave you on the map there, because it's just a bit of a house. And he eventually leads you back into a part of the house in which he's just cornered off to make a bit of a forge. It's not the best forge. You see lots of like makeshift weapons and tools and whatnot just scrapped in certain piles. It's obvious he's working with scraps and whatnot to make what equipment he can, but the few bits of equipment you do see that looks like it's been made by him do look of good quality. Most of them are gardening tools and whatnot, but there is one war axe on the shelf that looks pretty well. That looks well made. So, you thinking something more like this? He says, pulling out more of a cavalry style saber.
Ezra will nod.
Alright. He kind of looks at it and says, give me a bit, I'm gonna have to fix it a bit, as he just like kind of bends the sword and then just cracks it. Metal, and this is no good. You working for Lindwig? Are you working for farmers, or?
I believe I will be exploring the surrounding lands.
Working with Lindwick. Okay. I'll get this to you tomorrow then.
Ezra nods and steps out and says, I suppose I will be at the inn.
Makes sense. You'll probably need to build yourself a house later on, but you'll get around to it.
What you're looking for is
Ezra
thank
will
you.
return to the group at the inn.
As he leaves, you can hear him say very clearly, "Fucking elves."
Ezra in Undercommon says some stuff about some stuff in general.
All right, Arizima, Aki, and Aki and Neekolas. As you approach, you all see the doors ahead of you, and it is a very well-made stone building, kind of roughly square-like in shape, almost looking like that of a mini keep in a sense. And as you approach, you see a slight crack in the doorway, and if you want more detail, I will need a perception roll.
I will roll a perception roll then.
I will use a twist of fate.
That's a 16.
Oh boy, let me add that to the list.
I've only used 5.
Yeah. I'm just saving them.
Yeah, I
guess
can
at some
tell.
point it's just like, whatever. Just get it and everything.
Aki,
No, that was useless.
let's start from the lowest. Arizima, it looks like a stone building. You're not really finding much. Aki, you can see some tile work in there. A bit of tile work. It seems to be pretty well done. Neekolas, you can see at first it looks like there's just sort of basic like patches of tile works and whatnot, but further back, it looks like there's actually a bit of a pattern placed there, and it looks well made, well designed. So it seems as though this might be the sort of area you step in, and then further back there is a proper middle sort of central area that has a bit more of a pattern to it.
Is there
By
a
the way,
door?
I'm gonna probably show up in the end and then ask where my friends went off to, and probably be told where they went.
You're standing right in front of the door.
Also,
That's where the crack's coming through. It's a very
No,
faint
like
crack
I'm
through.
at the end. I'm over
I
at the
think
end.
he's talking to me.
Asking
No,
where
I was
you guys
talking
are.
to Arizima.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Not you, Ezra. Sorry. No, you're told where they are.
Okay.
Fluffy is
Ezra.
being fed a bit of meat that Sanathar says is too old for them to cook, but not too old to give to him.
Does the door have a hand?
Ezra's gonna piercing sight.
Ezra's also not
Ooh.
here yet.
Yeah, no. So
wait a
you all
little bit.
kind
Yeah,
of just.
I'm gonna when I come up, I'm gonna piercing sight.
Do you guys want
I'm
to say
just
anything about
walking.
your findings before Ezra appears?
I mean,
Well,
yeah,
I wanted to try and open
because-
the door.
I mean, we've got a bit of time. We've got stuff we're
All
gonna do.
right. Yeah, Ezra, it's going to take you a bit with dealing with the blacksmith and whatnot, so I'll tell you when I think you're in. Arizima, roll me athletics.
Yay, -1 stat. Oh, that did not mean just use the first one. 17.
Well, that's
It
two
doesn't
good
budge.
rolls.
Hmm.
See, what spells do I have?
Let me try that. I'm gonna try it. With my -2, I rolled a 0 there. Decent. And a 9, which is what it actually was.
Yeah, no, it doesn't budge, and you are obviously not good at this.
Oh, this is pointless. I'm gonna just.
Perception to see what might be causing the doors to be jammed.
That would be more investigation.
Here, I got this. Hold this, and I'm just gonna take Hoot, pick him up, and give him
You're
to.
not really seeing anything.
I'm just
What are
gonna.
you doing?
I'm gonna pick Hoot up and give him to one of these two. Like put him on someone's head, whoever's nearest.
I assume I probably take him and
Sure, I
I guess
just
Yeah,
put him on
so
your
the
head,
owl just is sitting on Arizima's head.
and then I'm just gonna.
Aki, what are you doing? He says,
I
looking
messed
at you.
I
with a
messed
bit-
the owl
Seriously.
high.
I'm just gonna.
You get a hello back. Nice to meet you. Name's Hoot, but you already knew that.
I'm just gonna.
Aki, what are you
indeed.
doing?
I'm just gonna flick a card through the wee crack, and basically use teleport, which is the diamonds thing, with a range of 20 feet, and teleport through.
Do you have diamonds?
I have diamonds, yeah.
All
You have
right, then.
diamonds?
Throw it.
No, diamonds is a suit.
Oh, sorry. I
Oh,
thought you
so-
meant like actual diamonds. I was about to say, you what, mate?
No, so that costs me quite a lot of mana points at this level. That's 12 mana points, so that's 60.
Only
Alright,
12?
so are you doing that?
38. So I'm down to 38. Yeah, that's me. I'm just teleport some, like,
Alright, 5,
just through
10,
again. Yeah, it's
15, 20. You jump in,
okay. Ooh,
and as you jump in,
hello.
you...
What?
Yeah. Yeah. Alright, so then, let me describe what you see. Because I didn't expect you to get in
Oh,
here
she's
so early,
dead.
so well done.
I mean, I probably could have seen everything inside with piercing sight in a minute.
No,
I
you
don't
wouldn't
see
have.
anything.
Aki, as you look around, you see that this is a very well-built, almost cathedral-like building, and at 4 sort of elevated podiums are these sort of deep holes that seem to be spiraling with different colors of arcane energy deep into a pit that you cannot see below them.
Okay, I actually would not have seen.
And in the center of this entire space, you see a figure just kind of standing there. He looks kind of humanoid, but he also looks kind of different in that sort of uncanny, like there's something's wrong here
Joy.
sort of manner.
Can
And the
I-
figure just let me get a token for him because I again didn't expect this guy to come up so early, but hey, you know.
Can I see why
Yeah,
the
tell
doors
him.
won't open?
Huh?
Can I see why the doors won't open?
As you look behind you, you don't see any reason why the doors aren't open. This is
Hmm,
gonna be too big. We all know how this is gonna go.
So that locks.
Too big.
Ooh,
Oof.exe. .exe.png.
And he just turns around to look at you. Oh,
Teleport is a really high level spell.
It's
yeah,
really
he's
not.
using Misty Step basically. Oh,
Oh, yeah.
I'm not using
Hello.
spells in Deca. Hi.
Hmm.
What is
Ah,
this place?
shoot.
Who are you?
none of your own business. Leave. And with that, he snaps his fingers, and you're back outside, and the door shuts.
The
Fully.
door. Oh.
Oh,
Let me just
well, that was nice.
quickly fix this. There we go.
Hmm. And not requiring line of sight is a really high level thing for me, so I can't get back in. GG. No line of sight.
you're not dead, huh?
So yeah, you're just like teleported back out, and you're like, what? And then the
Overall
door's
quite
just like,
tense,
clunk, behind you.
Well, that was pleasant. Just sort of stared at a wall.
Yargon, take inspiration for once again doing something I was not prepared for.
I already have inspiration. Victory.
And no overflow, sadly.
Yeah. Right. Remind
I
me
mean,
to
I
use it
figure I
later.
might as well give you guys inspiration for when you do something creative to a problem I didn't expect you to do, you know? Like, you know, I didn't expect the lighting to be messed up. I'll roll with it. Hey, I could teleport through that. Oh. Huh.
That's a thing.
Cool.
Where did our kobold go?
He
I'm
walked
just
off.
looking around the building.
Okay.
It once again, it looks very well structured and well built. As you come to the south side, you notice a lot of gravestones carved in common.
Sorry.
And as you look over them, you see various different names, and there's not a number of there's not like a proper like year sort of date, but rather just a number of days, like 38 days, 27 days, 19 days,
You did
43
that really fast.
179 days.
Okay.
That's still a third of a year. These guys did not live long.
Yeah.
All right.
That's because they suck at life.
I got him.
That's because they're dead.
Yeah,
It's hard to
it's
be
yeah,
good at life when you're dead.
Yeah. So you return back to the group, Ezra. I will say about this time you arrive.
Oh, decent. So he walks in and I'm like, oh, poof.
No, you're
As-
back, but he would have seen from the distance you poofing back.
Okay.
Ezra's like,
Um,
Ezra is going to, without asking, piercing sight.
Can't see through it.
That means it's either more than 1 foot thick or very magical.
up to
Oh.
1 foot
Probably is
thick within
very
30 feet.
magical.
Is that the entire wording, or is it not worded similar to X-ray vision, the D&D spell? Because,
That's the exact wording. I
well,
copy
that's
and pasted.
incredibly broken compared to most D&D, but interesting. Okay.
That's the Mystic class in a nutshell.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I think
So,
That is just poorly
Still,
worded
that's
compared to
2/3
D&D.
of his. That's 2/3 of his daily mystic powers gone for the day, isn't it?
Yep.
That's well.
I mean, yeah, still, it's...
No,
Not
yeah,
regular
no.
D&D
Still,
wording.
I think the concentration, the time for the durations need to come hella down.
Oh, it's not even that, it's just the wording 1 foot thick. It's usually a foot thick stone, or 3 foot wood, or... Yeah, they've got a whole different level. Usually, because there's that effect can be seen 2 or 3 times throughout D&D.
Yeah.
Well, we'll see. But yeah, yeah.
So, I am outside now.
And I cannot
Yeah.
see N.
Yeah, there we go. The end part
Do
of
you
the
guys
message.
have you guys actually ever known that Esra has piercing sight? I don't know if he mentioned it.
You've never mentioned it to
Yeah, I
them.
don't think it came up.
So yeah, you guys just think Ezra's being weird when he says he cannot see N.
I mean,
Yeah,
I'm
but
not
that's
questioning
always
it
weird.
because he says a lot of strange things and we don't really question them.
He just does all these strange things. He doesn't actually ever explain himself.
Oh, I'm
Yeah.
such a dummy. That explains that. I was wondering why this entire time the map looked off. Okay, I'm one tile, like... Hold on 1 second. I know this is gonna be weird, but this is gonna make things so much better, because now the tiles actually fit.
I'm now in a wall.
Whoops, sorry. I was wondering why the, why the
tiles-
map wasn't working, why you guys were off-center of these squares when I know I built it in a good grid.
These
There we
tiles
go.
do not fit, mate.
And
It's too tall.
It's close
now,
enough.
like, I think
It's
there's
more
other
like you
disruptions.
are actually standing on the look, you are actually standing in the middle of the squares of the Dungeon Painter Studio thing. You can see that more clearly now.
I can
Like-
see inside the building now.
Wait,
Wow.
what? Oh, where?
Now, yeah, like the
God,
line of sight blockers didn't move when you moved everything else.
That hasn't actually helped, Mac. It's kind of just moved the area where it's off.
okay. I'll have to fix this between sessions, which I will do.
Yeah, it's not a big deal. Just put it back how it was. It'll be
Ooh,
fine.
everything's crazy.
I'm in the wall again.
I sent you. Oh, I'm in the building.
Again.
I don't want to
Mac,
go in there.
You're making it worse, Mac.
Oh, this magic. What is this dark magic?
So,
Oh, it's probably from Arizima.
Probably.
there was a person in there.
That's
What
better.
sort of person?
There, that's at least right. I'll
Dunno.
fix that all later.
Like not the best
Yeah.
person? Because I'm not in there anymore?
Yeah, screw
I'd
it.
have
This
kicked
map can
your ass
stay
out,
this
too.
way.
Just sort of... Not very nice? You know?
Or
I'm out
did
here.
without
Well, it
permission.
looks like we
I'm
aren't
kind of
going to
confused.
encounter him anytime soon.
You didn't even knock first.
He's not wrong, Coot says.
We tried opening the door. That made noise. That
So-
counts. Shut up, Hoot.
Should I burn the rest of my psi points in a stupid way?
Yeah, go for it.
Sure.
Always.
I need to check the wording on something first.
I should burn the rest
I'm
of
gonna
my
head back
mana
to the
points in a
tavern.
stupid way.
Yeah, sure.
Wait, what level do I get dust?
Actually, I'm pretty sure this doesn't apply to ranged attacks, so I'm
What?
not gonna do it.
I mean, it's spades anyway.
All right. Are you guys starting to head back to the inn?
Yeah.
All right.
Yes.
As we do that,
Yeah.
the focus is going to shift back to Flint. Flint, as you're saying there, praying. Eventually, there's a dun 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 of a door, the door to your room.
I'm gonna look up. And
Um,
eventually gonna go over and open the door.
You open the door to see Lux, who steps inside. How are you doing?
Excuse me?
I don't know. There's so many memories that just came back to me.
What did you
I
see?
don't make sense of it all.
What
I
did
do
you see?
walk up the hall when I see Lux just...
You don't see him. You guys are messing with the building at this time.
Oh, so we're not back yet. Okay.
No, you're not back yet. No,
We're
you're not
definitely
back
back.
yet.
This is simultaneous. Gas.
Yeah.
Whoa.
Oh my. What is...
My.
What's the matter? He says, sitting on the bed. What did you see?
So apparently, Lindwick killed my family,
Mm-hmm.
Same.
and apparently I swore an oath of vengeance to end him.
Is that it?
What do you mean, is that it? This
I
was
mean,
my
is-
entire life?
Forgive me, but I've had a bit more fun than you have, apparently. Let's just say it's nothing quite like laying in bed with a woman that the next morning you remember killed everyone you knew, loved, slowly marked and branded those that stayed alive, tortured countless people you knew, and decided to make you a little plaything of hers as a wife.
So she's definitely the one with the power in this relationship.
He stands
Why?
up.
Then why is she your wife? Why do you keep her close to you?
Oh, it's quite simple, really. I don't want to die.
What do you mean by that?
Hey, you've been out there. The average person does not have the abilities you people have. We're just farmers, commoners. In my cases, some of us were slaves. Besides, I mean, I am somewhat happy with her now. Things have gotten... At least in this world, we have a good reason to stay together, not just one of us holding the other against our will, and we've worked on it.
Well, I'm glad to see that the old world doesn't necessarily have to drag over into this one. I'm just...
Oh no, it does. It does. You do not know how many people have tried to kill Lindwig, only for them to accept what he is.
So there are others he has wronged?
Almost everyone. Very few people that seem to be on Lindwig and Sanithar's side are actually with us. We don't know why, but that is how it is. Most of us around here seem to be on the side they were killing, so that's led to several fun stories, if you will.
Do you know if anyone who knows more about him?
Lindwig knows the most. He's been here the longest. I know he might be the one you swore an oath of vengeance against, but it might be in your best interest to talk to him more. Maybe he can give you information about why he did what he did, or why you two are in this brutal conflict.
On the bed?
I mean, it's most likely not comfortable. I understand that. I tried to kill Sanithar while she slept when I first found out what happened to me. Needless to say, it didn't end well.
You know, you're probably right. Just...
You don't want to do it right now, because it's too painful.
I have to sleep over it.
I'm not blaming you. Have a good rest, Flint. And if you need anything, please do let me know.
Thank you.
With that, he opens and shuts the door, and that's as you guys come in. So yeah, now you see him leave Flint's room, Neekolas. And he just starts walking towards you all. How did it go? He says.
There's
You
a
all
weird
return.
man in there.
There's a... What?
I don't know, he was kinda... there was something dodgy about him.
Wait, how did you get in?
It was through the wall. Also, there
Through
were
the
holes with, like, coloured spirals in them. I don't really know what I saw, and then he kicked me out.
Esra says quietly, I could not see in. It was strange.
That's because there was a wall in the way, you... Oh my god, you're...
I can see through walls.
You are a special one, aren't you?
And then Esra is going to point to a spot in the kitchen and name an item that is there, even though he's never been into the kitchen.
I'm unimpressed because I have also never been in the kitchen and don't know if
Well,
you're
I
telling
mean,
the
but
truth.
Do
I
the
mean-
people who have seen the kitchen know that, like, that
Yeah,
object
they
is there?
no, and like Lux just kind of stares at you and goes, "Yeah, that's there." Yeah.
I point at a random other point in the kitchen because it's somewhat vague and go, oh, there's a cooking pot over there as well. Yeah, we can both do that.
Actually, there's a frying pan.
It's the same thing.
No, there's a difference, he says.
I
Lux says, gain a bit of a chuckle. Just
I-
meant to be a joke.
don't think I ever really
Tell me,
bothered with cooking.
Am I wrong about what I pointed out?
You're not the only one with magical abilities in this town, if that's what you're suggesting, mister.
Of course not. I'm just explaining that I can see through solid objects. It is taxing, but I can. And I am pointing that out to my companions who may doubt my abilities.
I don't doubt you.
just
very
Never
well,
have
but-
once.
You see, I can't even say you're crazy anymore.
Yeah.
He was crazy, which is the best
Yeah.
thing.
I'm beginning to think that Neekolas might be the last sane one left.
Just sniffing to
So-
myself.
Fluffy just kind of pouts, just when he hears that, and just like curls
you-
his head back into
You're a
his
talking
chest.
wolf.
Might we have
you are
rooms
not
for
sane.
the night?
I'm fine. I am a living person, entity, thinky. I don't know what you people call me. All I know is I have my own thoughts.
I call you Fluffy. I'm gonna go over to him and pet him.
This is my hell. What do you do to this poor animal? Lux says, looking over at you guys.
I point at Aki. It's her fault.
It's really not. He's just kind of cute.
It's your fault.
He just doesn't want to accept
It's
that he's
your
kind of
fault.
cute.
Ezra is ignoring everyone. And
I wanna
asking again about whether there's a room for the night.
Yes, you guys can sleep here. Once again, most of the equipment and whatnot around here will be given to you on a first grounds basis, considering the fact you all are set to, I imagine, help out imagine you're going to help out Lindwick with exploration and whatnot.
Are there any books here?
I kind of want to know what's in
Um,
that building.
Nothing that I have or that I know of. I can't unfortunately say there are any that I can know of. As for the building, I mean, I do not blame you, but as I've said, you were the first one to tell us of any such crack into the building, so you managed to get in. That's quite interesting.
Yeah, that was like a guy. It was tiled. It was quite nice. Again, like what do you call them? Those buildings? They're like they've got religious what's his name? The like real big ones, you know?
Podiums?
And no, you know, like the things Flint worships. Possibly. I don't think he remembers he does anymore. What you gods? Those. Real big places we worship. What are they called? Those?
Shrines? Temples?
Yeah, like a temple. Yeah, like a temple. It's kind of like
Huh.
that, but also not. And there's like 4 pillory things, kind of like slightly raised daises, I guess. And they've got holes in them that are
That
spiraling
sounds interesting.
down, I think, with colours. I'm not sure. It seemed magic, and there was some guy in there, and there was something dodgy about him. I don't know what it was. And then he said that I wasn't supposed to be here, and then I was outside again.
Heard something amazing. I have gone inside a door.
I'm just gonna. Is this the fireplace over here?
Yeah, that's the fireplace over there to the left.
I'm gonna like drag over a chair and just stare into the fire, considering there's nothing.
I contemplate pushing you in.
I contemplate electrocuting you while you push me in.
Very
As-
well then.
Ezra's gonna head back to his room.
It's fine.
You didn't actually get a key.
Well, no, he's gonna wait on that, of course. Obviously.
He'll toss you a key, and then toss Neekolas a key, front room on the left. And then he tosses Arizima and Aki a key, front room on the right.
I think.
Wait, one about to share. Oh
A
yes.
nod thing.
Yeah.
The only checks in the group that makes sense.
Ezra
Yeah, you
says,
two are the only girls, so you two are sharing a room.
Ezra says thank you and nods his head and walks to his room.
So do we get the
Arizima.
we get Fluffy,
Sorry.
right?
Of course, I'm not gonna make him stay outside. He seems like a perfectly fine animal. I am a wolf, not an animal.
A wolf is an animal.
Have you discovered going inside the door, by the way?
Are
Yeah,
humans
that's-
animals?
I'm not human, but I think so.
Technically,
Yeah.
yes.
Hmm. Very well then, he says, standing up. Where shall I rest? You want to sleep in front of the fireplace? Lux says, pointing over to it. Wolfie or Fluffy. Ugh.
He's like
Turns his
a
head to
winter
look at the
wolf.
fireplace.
Does he even enjoy warm?
I like it, he says, going and laying down in front of it.
Oh,
I am just used to the cold, so it is nice to feel warmth.
just careful you don't lie down on your belly for too long, or they might mistake you for a rug. Got big long fur. I pet him more.
You do realize that as he breathes, every now and then, like, ice just kind of forms around him and snowflakes and whatnot. Like, he is full-on magical.
Yeah, but like
Nice.
he's cute. I would not-
Arizima
I mean-
would go into the room and put her stuff
I mean,
down, but
now
then
that
she
he's
would
not
come
trying
back.
to kill you all, yeah, no, he's actually pretty cute and pretty. He's actually pretty to look at. Now that he's not
Nah,
trying to kill
that's
you all.
Furry.
What?
That's furry.
That's what?
That's not. Shush.
Did I just say that all wrong in a completely creepy way when I meant it to be nothing weird?
No,
Yeah,
Luke's-
no.
Luke's just
no,
taken.
Luke is just weird.
Luke's just been
Yeah.
Luke. Just ignore him.
Okay, cool. I'm not trying to fuck. I'm not trying to
Stand
mess around with
inside the
anything.
door. You can always
Yeah.
phase through the door.
I'm sorry. If you guys want to leave the door open, let me know and I'll get rid of the blockers that are blocking line of sight.
I'm enjoying going inside the door.
By the way,
Okay.
I would just leave my stuff in the room, but then I would come back out and just watch the fire and probably be petting Fluffy.
I do not have much stuff. I might just lie
There
in
are
front
chests
of the fire.
inside the rooms for you all to store your stuff in.
Yeah,
Ezra's
I'm gonna
gonna
definitely be
retire.
leading my Dungeoneers pack there.
I'm going to enter our room and then open up my pack, and Ezra sees me start laying out traps here and there across the room.
Ezra's sitting cross-legged on top of his bed, his back leaning against the wall.
I'm gonna challenge Lux to a game of cards.
Lux will sit down and agree to play with you.
Cool. What do we?
Oh, it's first and last
We
mistake.
need like more than 2 people, right?
Yeah, and
Arizima?
Sanathar walks over and says I'll play as well.
Cool. Arizima, you playing?
Fine. I will
Ezra
sit down.
I guess I'm dealing then.
begins
So
playing.
I guess
like-
you guys roll for the NPCs.
Yeah,
Roll,
I'll roll
roll.
for the NPCs. Roll me sleight of hand. Or here, this is how we're gonna play it. Everyone involved is gonna roll me 4d6, and the highest person with the highest dice wins. And then you can roll sleight of hand to change the dice. However,
Or I
if
can
you just try to roll again, it's a flat roll. If you try to change the dice to a specific number, it's a -5. And everyone gets to roll a perception roll every time somebody changes it.
or I can just change what's on the face of the cards. Because
You
I
still
can-
need to do that with a sleight of hand check.
I mean,
I have
could
Yeah,
be
so
dice.
you
obvious,
don't
but
notice it changing.
I also don't want to at the moment, so it's fine.
That's fine.
So
So yeah, I guess we'll just
46?
46, yeah.
Let's see what I get. Oh, betrayed by my dice again. I got a 13.
That for
Got
Lux.
him.
Lux and Arizima, you guys tie for that round, and you're just kind of like, huh, okay then.
I smirk at him.
You guys gonna go again?
I guess. Gotta get that tiebreaker.
Mm-hmm.
That's once again for
Nice.
Lux.
Ooh.
6. 4 times 10 to the power of 6.
Oh, I put
Interesting,
4
that has
E6
that
instead of 4 D6.
Notation.
And
I didn't realise it would,
Ezra
yeah.
is playing some form of elven solitaire by himself.
Wow.
Do you even have cards?
Yes, Ezra does have cards.
Oh, decent. Give me a.
You have to
It
slash
looks
roll
like
that.
Lux is the winner of that round.
Oh, wait, no.
I died.
Who is going to watch?
I think it was just a tiebreaker between me and him.
Yes.
Oh right.
No, Lux got 18.
Where? What?
Xanathar
Where?
got 15.
Oh, I didn't see that.
Above
higher.
the 4e to the 6. That was Lux's roll.
Oh right. Yeah.
I'm rolling Lux then Xanathar, so Lux wins that round.
Neat. So I guess Lux. Let's not keep
Yeah.
going. Overall,
Alright,
Lux
yeah.
wins.
Yeah, so with that, we're gonna put things to the side, and I think this is a pretty good place to end today's session. What do you all think?
Yeah. Does
Okay.
yeah, I'm interested to see what happens next time. Can
I mean, do you guys
add-
want to keep going, or I think this is a good, comfortable place to end it on for today.
Yeah, you're probably right.
Can I add a weapon to my inventory, or should I wait on?
No, go
Come
on
back.
ahead and add it, because you're gonna get it like first thing tomorrow morning, so it's
Okay.
completely fine for you to add it to your inventory.
I'm gonna add it as a scimitar,
I think it's a rapier.
Oh, it
Ooh.
is.
Yeah, it's a rapier. Because you asked for a saber, and I've always treated a saber as the type of rapier.
Okay.
I'm pretty certain a saber's a type of rapier. I think.
Saber
it
is more of a slashing weapon. It's closer to a scimitar.
That's what the list I found for alternate versions of weapons
Pretty certain
listed a
rapiers say
saber as an alternate scimitar.
A saber can stab, it's just not very effective.
a
is.
rapier
Go ahead and take it as a
is-
1d8 slashing, is what I'll say.
Okay, I'll just
Scimitars and sabers are curved, whereas a
Yeah.
rapier is a straight sword, which is why it's piercing. Where the other two
Yeah.
are slashing because you can't stab with them. By D&D rules, I'm pretty certain that's it.
Well, that's just like, oh my gosh, I looked up saber and I got a whole lot of anime.
Obvious. I mean, I imagine that happens every time you like open Google. It's just like, oh, what anime are we looking for today?
No,
With you.
that's my other.
Oh, right, yeah, your
browser.
other
and I
browser.
will come up with a name for it
browser?
for
Wow.
next time.
Mate, you gotta come up with a name for it
I
before
did not
then.
mean to roll that, and I haven't changed the damage yet.
Also, I'd like it just noted that before I go to sleep, I'm gonna go through all of my stuff, just make sure that it's all there, memorize it. That I yeah, everything I own, just gonna make sure that it's there.
Out
Oh,
of
yes.
character, I'm
Let's-
not gonna even
let's
go into the
go.
room.
I'm gonna store everything I have in that box so that I can in the chest so that I can actually like look at everything I have.
Yeah, I'll probably put stuff in
Arizima's
the
not gonna do
in the
anything
chest
dodgy.
carefully. I'm
Not
just
bad.
But yeah,
just in
I'm
so
I've
doing-
got all my
before
stuff.
we end for today, anybody else have any questions or anything they want to ask me?
I wonder when Kath is gonna get to town.
We'll see.
This part is
How'd you
okay.
guys like a more RP session today? More RP focused session today?
I liked
Nice.
it.
Yeah, it was cool.
I am interested to learn more about my past.
Yeah, I got to know a lot.
Should we do
sessions,
outro and then do this after the outro?
Sure.
Yeah,
Go on ahead.
I mean, it's yours, isn't it? You're doing the outros. 'Cause
Oh,
it's
I thought
3
you
AM.
wanted to do your new fancy outro.
That's only for Aftermath. I need to make other ones.
Oh. Well then I shall do that. Well then, thank you all once again for joining us here on Vices and Virtues. We hope you've been enjoying this series so far. As always, do feel free to like this video if you really do enjoy it, and do subscribe to Angel Dice so you can continue following this lovely, lovely adventure of ours, and also see Aftermath and Sands of Fate. Well, Sands of Fate's technically a chapter of Aftermath, but eh.
Hit the bell
In which
Hit the bell icon for hashtag notification squad.
that's a thing we're doing? Okay, that's a thing we're doing. Yes, there's now a notification squad that I have now been affirmed by a confidential source that there's a notification squad, so please do hit that bell to become part of it.
Yeah, it currently
God, that
consists
hurt
of
to
me.
say.
Hurt to hear.
Yeah.
It currently
yeah.
consists of me because I had to sub to it on like my other channel, just for the video, for the outro for Aftermath.
Nice. But yeah, so then, with that in mind, if you want more goodness involving this group, with the exception of Yargon, feel free to come to my channel, 360 Mac Gamer, in which I've been recording and posting the Let's Play of our Shadowrun game, which as of lately has had a bad case of the bi-weekly bug, which is always sad, but hey, life happens.
So
And-
much drama.
Oh
It's
my
crazy.
god. It really is. I'm kind of glad this game has so little drama, and what little drama it does have, I can just sit back and let it occur because I'm not involved in it directly. It's nice.
Except for when you literally made a character that was involved in it.
Yeah, true. But, yeah. There's also, of course, more shows here on Angel Dice. If you like hearing Yargon's beautiful, beautiful voice, then you should totally check out Aftermath and Sands of Fate, like I mentioned, where Sugar plays every single game, both Aftermath and Sands of Fate. I play only in Aftermath, as it's every other week for me. And I think that's it. Is there anything else you want to... Oh, right. There is www.patreon.com/angeldice, where we're using the Patreon money to continue making more of these videos, and also for the development of Yargon's custom TTRPG, Starships and Laserguns.
Which will hopefully
Which
be
is-
starting sometime soon on here.
Yeah. You got 0.7.5 done, right?
Yeah, we're working on 0.7.6 because that includes the encyclopedia and other stuff in the player book and technicalities, but yes. I
Excellent.
need that out first.
Of course. Well then, with that in mind, I think that's everything. Anybody else have anything else they want to say?
Catchy
That
Versace.
Flint. What?
Just catchy Versace just because Vom isn't here, which is an inside joke. Go watch Aftermath.
Hmm.
I don't know.
I mean,
Anyway,
it works.
yeah.
How people are curious. But yeah, well then, with that in mind, I think this is time for us to say good night. So then, have a good night, everyone. Bye.
Catch you in the
Bye.
next one.
Morning where they are.